Good morning, Rudo family. We're rated 1606 on puzzles. Let's see what we can do. So it's white to move. We have a queen, 2 rooks, and 2 minor pieces. And our opponent has queen, 2 rooks, and 3 minor pieces. I'm not seeing anything too crazy right off the bat. I guess, yeah, we're looking at checkmate. We're looking at bishop h6, and then he can't take it because he's pinned. And so after that, we just move queen g7, and it's checkmate because it's defended by the bishop. So yeah, it doesn't do anything. Checkmate. Puzzle solved. Alright, black to move. Knight is pinned to the king. First we have a queen and a knight, and our opponent has a queen and a bishop. That's h8. That would be a1. Trying to get more comfortable with the board. So, because our knight is pinned, it makes it kind of tough for me. We can fork the queen, so we can kind of equalize the position. Really, we'll have more points. So if we put him in check and take with the queen, take the bishop on d5, we put him in check. So he takes, and then we fork him. I see a fork. And we take with a knight, and then we have 2 pawns. It should be a winning end game at that point. Well, I'm glad that was the idea. Okay, black to move. We have a bishop, and they have 2 pawns, and we have a very poor pawn that is stuck. First thing I'm thinking of is king defends the pawn on e4 with e4. Or does a knight move to attack the other king? This one's tough because he's getting closer to promotion. And our bishop can't really do anything about it at this point. So it seems like we need to come into the rescue for our pawn. So maybe we go king e4. This is like end game strategies right here that I'm not familiar with too much. King e4. What does he do? He pushes, obviously. Right? King e4, he pushes. We're trapped. We're stuck. We just don't have what we need. We can't push our pawn up. His king can stay there as long as he likes, really. So we need to think of something. So I guess we defend our pawn, and then we go bishop g7, and then it's kind of a race. He's going to come for my bishop. I'm going to come for his pawn and try to race up. Let's see how this one plays out. Yeah, we take the pawn. Okay, I see the idea. The winning idea is g5, king g5, because if he takes the bishop, we just take his pawn, and then we're definitely winning that, right? Nice. Let's do that again. That was awesome. Glad we got that. White to move. We have a queen. That would be a1. h8. So we have a queen and a rook, and our opponent has a queen, a rook, and a bishop. I'm seeing check. Can't go here, can't go here. So check, and then check. We could at least win some stuff. Let's see. Check is a little bit scary because his bishop's actually looking at our queen, but nothing crazy because I think, you know, once he has to address the check, and then we can move our queen from there. We move there. And his king could move there, and then we're in trouble. So, rook h5, king g8. Queen h7, king f7, and I'm not liking our position. But if the king were to go, you know, f8, then the queen can just put him in check, and then, you know, he goes down and we just win the rook. That would be good. Nope, not even, because we have to forget about that because the bishop. And the bishop is just defended by the queen, so there must be another idea here. Oh, of course. The idea is just g7 checkmate. We'll just pretend all the other previous calculation didn't happen. Just kidding. White to move. Okay, we got a queen, a rook, and a bishop, and our opponent has queen and 2 rooks. Probably checkmating in this position. I don't think our opponent's threatening checkmate yet. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he's totally threatening checkmate. Oh no, he's not. So we're fine at the moment. Which makes it more complex for me because we have to. Our first move is not necessarily a forcing move. Yeah, I think we can be a bishop up, maybe, if this works out. So we take with the rook on f7. King takes. We put him in check. He moves. We win his rook. Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. Nice. White to move. We have 2 bishops and a rook. Our opponent has a queen and 2 rooks. So he is... Well, we have a much better positional advantage, it looks like. What do we got? We have a discovered check if we just move this bishop. This bishop is defended. I'm not even worried about that though. I'm worried about this, or I'm concerned. I'm interested in this. Bishop e6. discovered check on rook. Too bad we can't like win a queen with that though, right? What happens then? This you would think this is the right move. Oh, where the rook acts as a knight. Bishop e6. Where can the king go? Well, he can go here. He can't go here. Because the pawn. He can't go here because the rook. He won't be able to go here because the bishop. He won't be able to go there because the bishop. He could go here, and that would be his options. So I think what we're looking at is a checkmating idea because he just has too much material otherwise. I don't think this is going to be a small play. I think this will be checkmate. We're looking for checkmate here. That's a hard checkmate, though. That's rough. How do we do this? Is there another forcing move after? I think so. So I think if he moves down... then we have... what? Rook d7? It's defended. He has to answer it. He can't go here. He can't go here. Can't go there. So wait. At this point, okay, so he couldn't go here. He couldn't go here. Couldn't go there because our pawn. This pawn being here kind of confirms my hypothesis of bishop e6. So he couldn't go there. He couldn't go there because the pawn. Couldn't go there. Couldn't go there because the rook. Couldn't go there because the rook. Couldn't go back up because the rook. He would be checked. So the idea is bishop e6, and then what? And it's discovered check. So what if his king goes to e8? And we have a new line. We have a new line. All of a sudden, we can't just put our rook here because it's queen. Right? That's a big problem to me. So bishop e6, king e8. What's our forcing move to begin with here? First of all, what's our forcing move? Is it bishop d7? So then he can't go here, and he can't go down. Wait. Let's not do this too quick. The idea is bishop e6, king moves up, bishop takes his place. And then this whole file, the 7th rank or whatever you would say, is cut off. King is in check. Bishop's defended, so he can't go here, he can't go here, he can't go here, and he can't go there. So I think that's the idea. The idea is bishop e6, bishop e7, checkmate. Okay, but he went here, and we've already calculated this checkmate. And I think it's rook to d7, right? Nice. So we found checkmate with both possibilities just to be safe, and that's what we should do, even though it took a while. Okay, black to move, that's h8, that would be a1. We have a queen, a rook, and 2 knights. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, and a knight and a bishop. They're not really threatening any checkmate right away. But are we threatening checkmate? Probably not, because of our material. It doesn't look that great. So I think we're gonna try to find some tactical thing here. And what I'm seeing is a fork with rook knight to a5. But his queen can just really go anywhere. I don't see anything crazy with that. I would like to do knight d4, but then it would be checkmate, you know, if our king was able to get to e2 the next turn, maybe, right? But oh, you know what? Checkmate might be, let's see, queen to c1. King is forced to go down to e2, and then do we deliver checkmate? We do, with the knight. Nice. So yeah, didn't look like a checkmating position at first, but it was. To me, at least, it didn't. Okay, white to move. We have queen, rook, all of our pieces, pretty much. We have all of our pieces, except for maybe a pawn. Same with opponent. Okay, what do we do? Are we looking at checkmating? This is a pretty common looking setup. I've probably played a game that had something like this. Might have had this exact position before. I think we're gonna win something. We're gonna try and win material. I might have done this puzzle before too. This one looks so familiar. I'm thinking bishop to b5. And then maybe, what does he do? I don't know, but we can try knight to e5 after. And then if he allows it, knight takes on c6, and he takes, and then we fork. That's my idea, but that he would have to make like the perfect moves, right? Pin him, because what if he just does that? Then the idea is toast. So what if we just did knight? Takes a pawn. He can't take because this. Then he just takes. Yeah, it's a complicated situation here. I mean, we have no forcing moves right away. Can't just push the pawn up, can we? I don't know. We would like to have a bishop here with no pawn. Fork. I don't like this because of the pawn on a6. None of this is making good sense to me. Is the idea just to kick the bishop? then he just takes. And then we're left with like a ugly position, right? Let's go. Gosh. What if we just take here? No, we gotta attack this bishop, I think. What if we just take the knight? Yeah, if we just take the knight, then it's we're winning. What? I think we want to win this pawn in the end, maybe. So I think we want to, instead of taking with the knight, or blocking with the knight, maybe we block with the bishop. But then what about bishop b2? Then we just put our bishop back, but then he wins a pawn. But the knight won't. Okay. Oh, we take the bishop with the pawn. We have one legal move. Okay, let's look at that again. What happened? What did we even play? We took the knight with our pawn. So that's, he's down 3. We're equal. He's down 3. We're equal. What? How is this good? And then he takes. Isn't that what happens? Let's see. He's down 3. He's down 3. We're equal. He's down 3. Oh no. Yeah, no, he's just down 3. So that's, yeah, he's down 3. So we gained some stuff. We gained 3 points in that interaction, basically. Maybe 2 after he took the other pawn. Black to move, so it's this is h8, that's a1. That would be b1, b2, c3, d4, e5, f6, g7, h8. I did that with pretty much without looking at these. Trying to get more comfortable with the board. That's super important. So it's actually black to move. I would think king to f6, and then no matter what he does, we can maybe eat pieces. So there's 2 ways he can go about it, I guess. Let's see. King f6, he goes here. He doesn't want to do that because we take. He goes down, we take. We ate both his pawns. The king acts like a knight and just jumps the gun. No. So that's a good move, I think. And then eventually, of course, we want to look at this. That was not the idea. Do we want to gain a tempo? Yeah, or like, I don't know if that's called gaining a tempo, but just, we want to push. So I lost that one. Yeah, so we want to run first. When he moves down, we say no. And then if we were to just take this, he could just totally say, okay, I totally give up on that pawn. And then we lose our, I think we would maybe lose our advantage. Yeah, so it was just push. Interesting. Well, we screwed that one up. That's okay. All right. White to move, so that's A1 on the bottom left. We have a queen, a rook, and a bishop, and he has a queen, a rook, and a bishop. I don't think he's threatening any checkmates right now, but he can do some damage for sure. So we can do damage too, though. We can already start off with Queen C8. His king has to go down here. By then we have 2 attackers. So let's see. Queen C8. King E7. Rook takes bishop on C3. His rook takes it back on C3. We won his rook. Is that right? Yes. Nice. Gladly take the win. White to move. We have a queen, a rook, and 3 minor pieces. Our opponent has a queen, a rook, and 3 minor pieces. We have a beautiful backup right here with this bishop. So, but we have checkmate next turn, right? So we have to do some forcing moves, and I think the forcing move. Well, taking the knight is certainly good, but then we have a problem here. But that would be checkmate, almost. Yeah, that's checkmate because the bishop's backing us up the whole time. So I think the answer is Queen D7. Queen takes knight on D7, and then king backs up, and then queen delivers checkmate on E8. If the bishop defends on C8, then it's really delaying the inevitable, because then we just take with the queen on C8 and bishop is backed up. It's checkmate. Oh, I didn't foresee this one, but that's also useless, delaying the inevitable. All right, it was solved. White to move. We have a queen, 2 rooks, and a bishop, and our opponent has queen, 2 rooks, and a knight. This is an interesting one. I feel like we can solve this one, though, just by looking at it. I'm actually not nervous about... Okay, so I like bishop takes knight on C. Yeah, bishop takes knight on F4, because he can't take with this rook because he's pinned. He can't really take with this. Yeah, he's screwed. Bishop takes knight on F4. If he takes with the rook, well, he can't. It's an illegal move because his rook is pinned to the king. If he takes with the pawn, well, it's not a forcing move, though. That's my problem with that. But yeah, if he takes with the pawn, then he loses his... Yeah, it's checkmate, because his rook can't go anywhere. It's pinned. But if we do this, do we get anything in return? I mean, what I mean is if we take this knight, what if he just doesn't take? I mean, if he wants to avoid checkmate, doesn't he just not take back? What are we looking at then? That's my big problem there. Like, we can do this, but then what if he just goes, oh, okay, well, I mean, I don't know what good move he does have. I feel like I might be overthinking this one, but not really, because, yeah, it's good question. Like, what if he doesn't take back? If he takes, I think it's checkmate either way. Or he can't take with this one, of course. But yeah, if he takes, it's checkmate. So we at least win material. I think that's the way. I did not foresee that. I had no idea that that was going to be a thing. I'm totally, utterly confused now. No, not confused, but certainly been thrown off with that move. That's terrible. That's a terrible situation to be in. Okay, we're still threatening mate if we put rook on e5, because if he takes the queen, then it's back to checkmate. No, not anymore, because there's no pin. Wow. That's rough. What if we take? He takes. It's not winning anymore. It's a draw, possibly, right? Depending on everything. So what do we do? That's a terrible idea. I'd love to keep this pin, but I think he broke it. He broke the beautiful pin we had. There's got to be something we can do. Bishop acts like a knight, and then and then bishops its way through other pieces to the king. Bishop takes pawn on e5. He takes our queen. Maybe we just do a queen trade, and then maybe this position. We're up, at least. Let's just take the queen. Okay. Okay, we did it. We solved it. I guess we're just guaranteed to be up points at that point.